The illusion of the perfect old age. From a young age, we are taught to believe in the illusion of a perfect old age, that family will be our refuge, our safety net, the unwavering support that will always stand by us no matter what. Who do you imagine will be by your side in your most difficult years? It's natural to think it will be your children, your spouse, or your closest family members. After all, you've devoted a significant part of your life to them, building deep connections, making sacrifices, and sharing your journey. But reality often turns out very different from what we've imagined. Many people discover, sometimes with surprise and deep pain, that those they counted on either cannot or simply do not want to be there. Not out of malice, but because life takes them in other directions. In this discussion, I want to talk about who will truly be with you until the very end, and more importantly, what you can do right now to ensure yourself a calmer, more dignified old age. Today, we're going to dismantle the illusion of the perfect old age and uncover who will actually remain by your side in the most fragile years of your life. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see your future. We grow up surrounded by idealized images of grandparents, encircled by loving grandchildren, sitting at noisy family dinners during the holidays, moments of warmth and closeness carved in stone in our imagination. This picture follows us through life, quietly feeding our expectations. We grow up convinced that when we reach old age, there will always be someone close by, ready to help us through hard times. But over time, this belief can transform into a dangerous illusion. The truth is, children grow up, change, and build lives of their own. What was once daily, close, and nurturing communication can slowly turn into something more distant. Work, family responsibilities, and financial pressures consume their time and energy. Many move to other cities, or even countries, chasing opportunities that don't allow them to be around as much as they'd like. This distance doesn't necessarily mean the absence of love. It's more often an unavoidable side effect of modern life. In the past, families often lived close together, sometimes in the same house or within walking distance. Today, geography, job markets, and career demands scatter people far and wide, and maintaining constant contact becomes increasingly difficult. Even if your children live nearby, they may not have the time or energy to provide consistent support. Adult life is a constant balancing act between career, raising children, social obligations, and personal struggles. If children can't be there, it's natural to place hope in your spouse. After many years together, shared experiences, and overcoming hardships side by side, it feels only natural to assume one will care for the other until the very end. But this belief often ignores the fragility of old age. Even if your spouse is still with you, they may simply not have the physical or emotional strength to provide the care you need. Chronic illness, cognitive decline, or simply the accumulated fatigue of the years can turn two elderly people into individuals both in need of help, but unable to give it. And there's another reality we often overlook: the loss of a spouse. Many elderly people suddenly find themselves alone after their partner passes away, sometimes without having been emotionally or practically prepared for it. Without a support system, they can experience profound, unexpected loneliness, disappointment, and fear of becoming a burden. When an elderly person realizes that reality doesn't match their expectations, it can trigger deep disappointment, sadness, and even resentment. They may ask themselves, "Where did I go wrong? Why aren't my children here anymore? How did it happen that after so many years together, my spouse and I can no longer support each other?" These thoughts can be devastating because they touch the deepest life beliefs we hold. Add to this the fear of becoming a burden, and a vicious cycle emerges, where older people avoid asking for help to avoid feeling unwanted, while their children, busy with their own lives, interpret this silence as self-sufficiency and fail to notice the real struggles. The harsh truth: Family, no matter how important, cannot always solve every problem. Not because love isn't there, but because life is unpredictable. And everyone has their own fears, weaknesses, and limits. Even the most loving people can be overwhelmed by their own struggles, unable to carry your burden no matter how much they wish to. That's why it's essential to create an alternative support system in advance. Friends, mentors, like-minded communities, and most importantly, your own inner strength. Waiting until crisis strikes is too late. Resilience is built in the quiet days, long before the storm arrives. In hard times, what truly saves you is not just proximity, but mutual care, awareness, and the willingness to help. Not out of obligation, but from the heart. Support born from genuine choice is far stronger than support given out of duty. So who will truly be there for you? The answer might surprise you. The one person who will never leave you is you. This thought might sound unsettling at first, but it's also deeply liberating. Because it means you are not helpless. You're not just a passenger in your own life. Your body, your mind, your ability to adapt, and the relationships you've built will be the main pillars of your old age. You can't control your children's choices or your spouse's health, but you can prepare yourself to be your own best ally. You can become the person you would want by your side if you were the one in need. That means physical health. Eat well, stay active. Keep your body strong, not just for today, but for decades ahead. Strength is not vanity, it's independence. Mental growth, never stop learning. A sharp mind is your shield against vulnerability. Emotional resilience, life will change, people will come and go. Flexibility keeps you from breaking when the winds shift. Financial independence, a safety net isn't just money, it's peace of mind and the freedom to make choices without desperation. Social connections, nurture friendships, and find like-minded people. Isolation weakens the spirit. Connection strengthens it. No one else will live your life for you, but if you become your own pillar, even in solitude, there will be strength. Other sources of support. Friends. Sometimes they turn out to be closer and more reliable than family. They are the ones who stay, not because they have to, but because they choose to. Neighbors, the people who live closest to you, can be silent lifelines. A knock on the door at the right moment can mean more than 1,000 distant promises. Communities and clubs, shared interests, volunteering, professional circles. These are not just pastimes, they are reservoirs of purpose and belonging. Professionals, doctors, caregivers, social workers, service providers. Treat them with respect and appreciation, and you may find allies where others see strangers. Life is more complicated than the movie scripts where family is the only support system. The wider your network, the more resilient you become in any circumstance. The bottom line: those who will be with you in your hardest years are not necessarily the ones who should be there, but the ones who choose to be there. If you want to surround yourself with care in old age, start building those connections now. Invest in friendships that can weather decades, not just seasons. Join communities that give your life meaning beyond work and routine. Care for your health so you can remain your own anchor when the waves rise. Treat every person you meet with kindness and respect, because the smallest seeds of goodwill often return in the moments you least expect. The future is uncertain, but one truth remains. What you plant today will decide who stands beside you tomorrow, and whether you can stand strong even if no one else does. And here's the deeper truth most people avoid thinking about. Old age is not just about who is with you, it's about how you will live when you get there. Because the question isn't only, will my kids visit, or will I have a spouse to lean on? The real question is, will you be physically strong enough to take care of yourself if no one is around? Will you have the mental clarity to make your own decisions? Will you have enough financial security to live with dignity without begging or depending on reluctant help? Will you have people in your life who choose to be there because they truly value you, not because they feel guilty or obligated? Most people don't prepare for that reality. They live in the comfort of the fantasy, thinking that it will work out because it's family. But life rarely follows the script we wrote in our heads. Old age for many is a wake-up call. It reveals who truly cares for you and who only shows up when it's convenient. That's why your best strategy is to start now. Strengthen your health so you can walk, think, and live independently for as long as possible. Cultivate hobbies, skills, and passions that make your days meaningful even when no one else is around. Build financial freedom so you never have to beg for help or endure disrespect just to survive. Surround yourself with people of character, friends, neighbors, and community members who see your value. Because the truth is, in the end, the quality of your old age will be determined less by luck and more by the decisions you make in the decades before it arrives. When you are your own pillar, when you've built a life filled with purpose, resilience, and true human connection, old age stops being something to fear. It becomes simply another chapter, one you enter with strength, clarity, and dignity. And if people choose to walk that chapter with you, it won't be because they have to, it will be because they want to. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the Eternal Wisdom and follow us on Telegram. Thank you for watching.